What did your dad's girlfriend do to earn the title Mom? Dinner was painfully awkward. It had been 2 years since Mom left, and my dad's girlfriend Britt had tried too hard to impress us, making dinosaur nuggets and smiley face mac and cheese like we were 5. My brother flipped his plate and glared at her. First you try to take Dad away and now you're bribing us with nuggets? He asked coldly. Colton, Dad yelled. Britt smiled. You're right. Next time I'll add spaghetti, she joked. The table fell silent. Dad coughed awkwardly and stood up to take a call. That's when Britt leaned forward and looked at me and my siblings with a serious expression. Look, I know this is weird, she said. What will it take for you guys to actually like me? My older brother leaned forward too, eyeing her down and said in his toughest 13-year-old voice, do everything we say for 1 month. Britt didn't even hesitate. Deal. What's first? What she didn't know was that my brother was already prepared to go to war with her, and what we didn't know was that Britt was prepared too. My brother announced the first impossible challenge. Best us at every video game we own. I knew he'd start here. Colton was undefeated at Fortnite in our entire school, but Britt showed up the next day having studied YouTube tutorials all night. She destroyed him 5 rounds straight, then did the floss dance over his defeated character. My little sister innocently cheered while my brother insisted it didn't count, that he was just warming up. Best of 10, he said, and she won, 8 out of 10. When my brother looked sad, she showed him the trick she learned. That way you'll destroy everyone else, she winked. The next challenge was pure physical. Old people can't do obstacle courses, my brother grinned, building one in the backyard with everything from tire runs to rope climbs. But when Britt showed up in full CrossFit gear, we knew we were done for. She ended up beating my brother's record by 30 seconds. Now do it backwards, he demanded. She did it backwards. Now blindfolded. I saw my brother mouth what the heck when she actually did it blindfolded, using only our shouted directions. Honestly, we were impressed. Is that all you got? She teased. This week, you have to pick us up from school instead of Dad, but you gotta wear embarrassing costumes. And she did. Turns out Britt was a retired cosplayer. She showed up to school in an Optimus Prime costume, then a fully geared up Attack on Titan costume, and a bunch more insane outfits. My friends kept saying, your mom's cool. Don't you dare smile, my brother hissed at me. I'm not, I protested. I totally was. The endurance challenge was my brother's last stand, an anime marathon of One Piece to see who could stay awake. My sister fell asleep on Britt's shoulder around hour 6. Colton and I crashed after 14 hours. Britt paused the show and covered us all with blankets. She carried my sister to bed and took off her shoes. She tucked me in on the couch, whispering, good job making it to episode 47. I pretended to be asleep when she adjusted my brother's neck position and put a pillow under his head so he wouldn't be sore in the morning. No one had done that for us before, not even Mom. Colton called a meeting for the final challenge, an epic Nerf war. We spent all Saturday setting up fortresses, ammo stockpiles, and ambush points. But at 3 p.m., the time she usually showed up from work, she wasn't here. So we waited, and there was still no sign of her. The sun had started to set, and my little sister started whining about missing her favorite cartoons. By 7 p.m., my brother threw his Nerf gun against the wall. She's like everyone else. They always leave, he said, his voice cracking. My sister started crying. Even I felt that familiar sting in my chest. But then we heard a car door slam. Britt was struggling with massive Walmart bags. My sister and I ran to her before we could stop ourselves. I thought you weren't coming back. My sister sobbed into her legs. I hugged her too, surprising myself. My brother stayed back. You should have just stayed away. We weren't even looking for you, he said coldly. Whatever. Challenge is over. We win. No wait, she said, opening the bags. 3 super soakers tumbled out. I was late because I was getting these. For tomorrow. For us. My brother stared at them. We thought you left us, he said quietly. Britt shook her head. And leave behind the coolest kids in the world? Never. He broke down into tears and hugged her. You still owe us one more challenge, he said. At dinner, Colton stood up and pulled Dad's ring box from a drawer and placed it on the table. Final challenge. He slid it across the table. Accept this. She opened it, looked at Dad, whose mouth had dropped open, then at us. Britt was crying as she said, challenge accepted.